Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. I am Silverstream, and today I have with me
Symphony Sparkle.
Symphony Sparkle is helping me with the first episode of all this. She is a VA, an actress, a singer, a songwriter. She has many great talents. So if you love what she does here, I will put her tag in the description so you can reach out to her if you would like her to join any of your projects and inquire. Today we are discussing Celeste. I said disgusting. Today we are discussing Celestia's secrets, and this is part one. So stay tuned for more parts. Whatever we don't cover now, and anything anybody has to ask in the comments that we can cover next time, be sure to write it down below. Now, Celestia, she's been alive for how many years? How many years Symphony has she been alive? Do we know?
I don't know. Didn't they say like over like 1,000 moons or something?
I mean, but what is 1,000 moons? You know,
Yeah. Like is like how does that equivalent to us as humans?
I mean, we could use our world math, our real world math, but
Oh
this
God, I'm
is
bad at math, so you would have to help me on that one. I need my calculator.
yeah, but this is pony world. Nothing makes sense besides Celestia and Luna
Right.
literally like raise the moon. So I mean, it's like
Exactly.
that. It's like that funny joke I saw in Friendship is Witchcraft, where
Hmm.
what was it? Celestia sent Luna to camp for 1,000 hours.
Oh, so it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
So
the
let's
time would
see.
be so weird.
1,000 moons, if that were like days equivalent to them, that'd be 3 years. So,
3 years.
a little less than 3 years, because 365. If they go by our actual like timeline, at least that,
Yeah.
because I don't want to get into the semantics of.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be headache inducing to be
I
like.
know. That would give me a
Oh.
headache just thinking about it too.
So yeah, a little less than 3 years, which isn't as
Mhm.
long as we would think. But if it was 1,000 years, and that's what they meant,
Ooh.
ooh, yeah. Yikes, Celestia. Yikes.
Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Right? Like,
Oh. All
that
right.
means they live way longer than us. That's crazy to think about.
I mean, they're magical horses, and she's an alicorn, so.
Yeah. Right.
So one thing you did bring up earlier is one of her secrets of immort.
Celestial form.
Yeah, like she's possibly immortal, right? So
Yes.
she would have a ton of secrets. What do you think her secret to living is? And like, is it just her alicorn power? Or is it something else?
You know, um, I wonder how they even became alicorns in the first place. Like, I understand the whole how Twilight Sparkle became a princess and got her wings and everything and became a princess in Equestria, but when Princess Celestia and Luna, when they were born, right?
Hmm.
Were they automatically a princess and had those powers, or did they have to gain it just like Twilight?
I mean, if we're talking about secrets here, it could be that Celestia herself knows a way to do it, and that's why. Think about it. Every alicorn
Hmm.
we know, not if we're going off the funny, animations through the show where we have random alicorns scattered through as a joke, haha.
Uh-huh.
But canonically,
Right.
we have Cadence, Luna,
Hmm.
Celestia,
Yeah. And Flurry Heart.
Flurry Heart. All of these characters are connected, and Twilight. My bad, Twilight.
Yeah.
Uh oh. All of these characters are associated with Celestia. What if she
Yes.
knows the secret to
To
obtaining
become.
alicornhood, and she can help unlock it? The thing is, why I think it's something only Celestia can do is
Mhm.
because when Twilight when she fixed that secret spell, she didn't instantly
Mhm.
become an alicorn because she said you did something Star Swirl couldn't do.
Right. Yes. Mhm.
She did it right at the end of her song. That's when
Yes.
Twilight transformed. So my thing is, I think Celestia holds a secret power that makes her like, because she's technically God in their world. And
Right. That's what I was thinking when I was going through the secrets earlier, trying to figure out like a topic to discuss, and I thought that caught my eye the most because I loved that song for so long. I mean, who doesn't, right? And
mhm.
that episode is just so awesome, but I've always had questions about that, like that particular scene of her. What if she has powers that we don't know about?
Yeah, because imagine she, like, think about it. If she's God in their world, that means she could give these God, like, think about Minecraft. If you're the, the owner of the server, or you're
Uh-huh.
freaking creator, whatever they call it, you
Hmm.
can give other people that power. So think about that. She can give others the
Right.
power
That
of
ability to
alicornhood.
do so. Yeah.
Yeah. If she deems them worthy to not abuse it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because think about it. How, if alicornhood is gained through, realizing your destiny or whatever. We'll talk about that another day, but it's
Right.
like however it's gained, how likely is it that two sisters gained it at the same time?
Right. So meaning Luna and Celestia. So are you stating, is it like when they were born or they gained it at the same time naturally somehow?
I did not read the comics, but I think they both gained it. I think they were first unicorns. So I think
They were
they,
first unicorns. Yeah.
yeah, I think they had an enlightenment or something that gave them to where either they learned, because they learned from Star Swirl. He was the best.
Oh yeah, he started it all.
And Celestia did say, oh, something Star Swirl has never done. She never said others haven't done, but she said, you
Star
know,
Swirl the Bearded. Yeah.
yeah, during that moment, that scene, she's like, he's never done this, but what if her and Luna have done this? And that's how they obtained it. They were enlightened to learn how to turn themselves into alicorns and unlock that power.
Right.
Everything she did for Twilight up to this point, why she's been watching her and everything,
Hmm.
it was a part of the process of becoming an alicorn. So she knows how to become an alicorn.
That's exactly what I was thinking too. Going back to the song and everything of her saying, I watched you from that very first day. Like, one of the staying on the topics of secrets, right? Like, her in the very beginning of the first episode, like, of her wanting her to put down those books. I mean, there's nothing wrong with studying all the time. And, it's great. You want to read, that's cool, but you need to do other things and socialize and make friends. And she knew somehow that she would be the best pony for the job, right? So it's
Yeah,
like, didn't she have that knowledge deep down her before she sent Twilight out?
exactly. She has visions and everything. So it's not beyond the reach of, okay, Celestia, she knows every, I mean, I'm not saying she knows everything, but definitely being a princess, a ruler, a
Right.
leader of her own country, and technically
Yeah.
God, I'm sure she has a
Hmm.
lot of like hidden secrets like that where it's, I know how to do this, but I can't just give the info away to anybody because they will. I mean, look what Trixie did with the email, and she wasn't inherently evil. She was
Right.
just,
She was more so jealous and just trying to be better and prove her power to every pony and showing off and everything. But she was still wanted to be better than Twilight, but she wanted friends deep down.
yeah, exactly. It's that whole amulet situation. We'll talk about that, but just to touch on that real quick, it's
Yeah.
the fact that all that power corrupts. So, like, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the amulet itself makes you evil. I think having immense power and not disciplined enough to use it is the actual ultimate thing that makes you do the things you do, you know.
Exactly.
So,
And I wonder if like her attentions too on that, may influence the amulet in the sense of that as well.
yeah. So, it's the fact that Celestia just, she just realizes these things happen and she's seen it all, so she keeps that power tucked away.
Yeah, I have another thing I wanted to mention, but I don't know if this is necessarily a secret. You can always cut this out later if you need to. Should I
I'm
talk
listening.
about
Go
it?
for it. Go for it.
Yeah, so the episode Horseplay in My Little Pony season 8, episode 7. So you know how when like Celestia is just so bad at acting and the ponies are trying to hide from her that, oh yeah, you're a good actress, yeah. And then she tried to do lessons and everything and that didn't work out. But as soon as like sorry, not Celestia, as soon as Twilight like broke and lost it and said how awful of an actress she was, she hurt Celestia's feelings and she felt so ashamed. But I wonder if she's all knowing in a sense that how would she have known that she would get to that point of like being a bad actress and Twilight would lash out at her. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think she's all knowing. So, I think she has premonitions, visions that we saw in that one episode with T-Rex. She sees visions, and those give
Yes.
her insight to the
Mhm.
future. So,
Like actual events, like villains that are gonna, take place in the episodes and everything.
yeah. Speaking of her premonitions, one thing that always confounds me. So, you remember the story of how Ponyville was created, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Apple family came to
Uh-huh.
Canterlot, early Canterlot, was like, hey, we need a place to grow and live.
Yeah.
And
The
nobody,
land and everything.
yeah, and nobody ever, except me, has ever said, literally, if you think about that scene, how bad it looks, they come to Celestia like, hey, we need a place to stay.
Hmm.
Full entire kingdom already set up. She literally points outside and says, go out there.
Go here. Yeah.
I mean,
I
what?
remember that. It's like I never really thought about that though.
I mean, just think about it though. It's the fact that with her visions and premonitions, did she see these characters? Like, how Sunset has the ability to see the future by touching
Yes.
others?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What if? So I gotta check back the scene, but remember that scene where the guy kissed her hooves? The Applejack's like
Yes.
great,
Yes, yes,
great,
yes.
great.
Isn't this in Family Appreciation Day episode?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So either in that moment or beforehand, if they like bowed down to her and kissed her hoof
Uh-huh.
beforehand,
Yeah.
or even just still, if she somehow touched them, or even just with their aura, just them getting closer, she could sense they would become a great little town. What
Mm-hmm.
if she saw that and knew the event she had to take to do that? So that's why she put them
Oh.
outside, because it's such a weird thing to do.
Oh.
Somebody comes to your city
Yeah, somebody comes to you and be like,
and you're like,
no.
hey, go outside. Nothing set up out there. Just go. Like,
Yeah. So little things like that, you think like she may have sensed it or seen some sort of sign to direct the ponies the way that they need to go.
exactly. Because Celestia is always 10 steps ahead. Like,
Oh
even.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was gonna say like this makes me want to rewatch the series all over again. I mean, I can never get enough of My Little Pony, but when you're just trying to point out certain details and characteristics of the characters and like you really notice things that you haven't before. And then you start to question more things that you haven't before. So it's very helpful, especially talking about topics like this. Um, it makes you want to just really sit down and pay more attention. And then my mind then starts to go wild in the best way possible, which is great because then, like podcasts and things, like you can just talk about it with bronies and get theories. And it makes your imagination just run wild. It's really fun.
Oh, yeah. I I also think with the whole, like, with her and her premonitions and everything, I think it's funny how she acts throughout the show, because she always has this calmness about her no matter what. There's been situations where she's
Oh,
been
yeah.
a bit, like when she's fighting or something, she's tough, but it's
With
not
Luna,
like,
especially.
Yeah, but she doesn't put on this whole like panicky vibe ever,
I know.
ever. Except I think there have been episodes where she has, but here's the thing. Those episodes where she's done that, I don't think she's
Mhm.
had premonitions about those events because she was not involved. She only has premonitions about events that she's involved in. Yeah,
Oh,
think about it.
I
With Queen Chrysalis,
yeah.
twice,
Mhm.
she was not the savior in those moments. It was first Shining Armor and Cadence. Then the next time it was Starlight
Yeah.
and
Trixie and
Discord.
Discord.
And who else?
Discord, Trixie and Thorax.
There you go. Yeah, so they were the saviors in that. So I think if she's not directly going to save the day, her premonitions don't kick in because think about it. If she, whatever in her life she's like even kind of connected to, she'll be having premonitions all day. So I get it.
Mhm.
So I think even like things with like Discord's roots taking them and all that, she didn't know that was going to happen.
Oh, you mean like when Discord's Roots took Celestia and Luna in that one
Hmm.
episode?
Yeah. Speaking of Discord, I think Celestia, when Discord was free, so when we, if we think about, so when the Apple family saw her, like the earlier one,
Hmm.
if she, they get close and she can have a premonition just from how close they are,
Hmm.
then think about when Discord was there. What if she had these premonitions about him saving the main six?
Oh, really? I never thought of that.
Because if you think about it, she freed him, even though she has
Yeah.
many other creatures locked up in Tartarus that are less,
Yeah.
that are definitely
Right.
less deadly. But she has Discord turned to
Discord
stone.
chaotic.
Yeah, he's such a great villain to her that she had to turn him to stone. She's like, nah, you can't even be in Tartarus. Just, freaking get stoned and don't look that up.
Oh yeah, I know what they
Don't look it up, anybody. No viewers. I don't know who's gonna be viewing this. They're gonna do it anyway. Why did I say
Yeah.
that? But think about it. If she saw a premonition of Discord saving all of them, and maybe it might have been him saving them during the Tirek thing, or that he was needed there, or maybe that he was needed at another time with Chrysalis, or even in the final battle with Scorpion. Like, what if she saw either one of these or all of these at the same time, and she knew that he would be a great asset to them? So,
Like prior to Discord or like during Discord?
like the first time we met him in what is it, Elements of Harmony? What was the
Yes.
episode? Yeah,
Um uh oh, it's the Return of Harmony.
there it is. So
Yes.
in the Return of Harmony Part 1 and 2, he was free, and they turned him back to stone. So what if
Yes.
after that, those premonitions, she either sought counsel or she thought long and hard, how are we going to do this? And of course, she consults
Hmm.
with Luna, her sister. They talk about it because
Right.
they both get these feelings. I think Celestia gets the premonitions and Luna just gets the feelings. So it's.
Oh, because remember when Luna was having that dream of T-Rex?
Mm-hmm.
So is that what you mean by like the feeling of Luna may just get the feeling, but Celestia gets the like visions itself?
Exactly. It would make sense that Celestia has the premonitions and Luna has this feeling, kind of like a pinky sense.
Yes, just how Pinkie Pie has a pinky sense and can predict certain things like events when Twilight doesn't understand any of that. Like, and she's not even a princess. Like, Pinkie Pie is just a regular Earth pony.
Yeah.
But then that's a whole nother topic of going in
Oh yeah.
Pinkie Pie's character because you can just, oh, so many things that happen in Pinkie Pie and you just want to question everything. But Yeah, Pinky sense and Celestia sense.
Yeah, this first episode is definitely also just talk about future episodes because we're gonna have a whole lot to cover for a long time. MLP is an
Oh
endless,
yeah.
bottomless
There's
barrel of
so
monkeys.
many things in My Little Pony that you can dive into. That's what's so fun about this that I'm excited to talk about.
With her being 10 steps ahead, she knew Discord was going to be such a great asset. She told him, free him, you know? And she
Yeah.
even said, I feel like he's going to be. Why would, after all this time, she would think Discord would be a great asset after not only once, but the second time he came out,
Mm-hmm.
just causing so much chaos?
Yeah, speaking of that, like now that you're asking that, it's like, did she have a feeling that he would turn out the way that he did in the later seasons?
I mean, maybe she, as I said, I don't think she knew exactly how he would turn out. I just think she knew that he would be on their side somehow because of the visions.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah. So, with that, that's why throughout the entire episode, when they free him again, they, like, she's not there at all. She's just like, oh, go ahead. Go and do what you got to do. And
Mm-hmm.
if anything happens, just turn him back to stone. I think she knew
Mm-hmm.
that no matter what, that her premonitions were going to be prophecy, that it's going to happen, and that's why she doesn't interfere as much. We make that joke,
Oh.
she doesn't do much. What if she doesn't do much because she realizes she's her part in playing all of this is just being a throughway for them, just being like, she helps them free Discord and then she
Right.
steps back.
That's why she's guiding them into like pushing them in the right direction that they need to, that she already knows, like, okay, this is how it's going to play out. Even if she doesn't know all the details, she knows that something good is going to happen out of it.
Exactly. And she follows her heart. That's cheesy, but
Yeah.
I follow my heart. Darkness.
Right. Yeah.
This
How
this
the
isn't a Kingdom
cool.
Hearts podcast. But yeah, so my thing is, if she does know all this and she knew Discord would be a great asset,
Hmm.
and she left them free Discord to do all this, you have to think how much of everything was staged. Because
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, going back to the secrets thing, like if she knows the events that may have happened or are going to happen, then she will not purposely stage it, but kind of just, okay, there's certain things that needs to happen for it to actually go the way that it has to go.
so when they had that premonition about Tirek, what
Mm-hmm.
if she knew Discord was involved somehow because she had a premonition before? Like, once again, if she had premonitions when Discord was near them during Return of Harmony, what
Yeah.
if she saw him somehow being involved with the entire Tirek thing? So that's why, instead of sending the elements of harmony, her most powerful tool that can even
Mm-hmm.
beat Discord, instead of sending them to stop Tirek, who they knew would be a powerful villain, she instead sends Discord.
Interesting. Yeah.
Why would you take chances like that? But she knew. Discord being a part of that was somehow going to play out in the end for it to work. And I guess it made sense because during the episode, both parts, Discord considers Tirek as a friend and then gets betrayed, stabbed in the back. And then
Oh,
yeah, I think he goes back to the thought of Fluttershy never gave up on me. She didn't stab in the back.
yes.
She's so kind and so sweet to me. Which, mind you, I
Ex-
think that's where their turning point for their relationship was for Fluttershy and Discord.
Especially when Twilight said release him, all my friends, even Discord, and then he said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." And Fluttershy goes, "I know." Like she just had that sense of forgiveness automatically. And so like Discord felt like, "Wow, Fluttershy is really accepting me and willing to be my friend. Like I've never had this before." So with Celestia, is that what you're asking? Like you think that's what have happened?
Well, yeah, because it's the fact. Well, touching on your point real quick. So you're right. Like Discord felt like actual love for the first time because T-Rex stabbed him in the back when he didn't have to. They could have ruled together. But T-Rex decided to do that so he could have all the power. When Fluttershy and the entire team, well, Twilight and Fluttershy at the moment, Twilight vouched for him, his safety, his life. And
Mm-hmm.
Fluttershy forgave him in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about it, they didn't have to. In fact, they could have been angry, upset that he betrayed them. But
Yeah.
instead, they still showed him love. And that, I think, was their turning point. So eventually, when we do a episode about Fluttershy and Discord or relationships, we can
Mm-hmm.
talk about how that was their turning point, if people believe in the
Yeah.
Flitter cord. But another
Oh yeah,
point,
I definitely want to talk about that.
so something else that people did not notice. You remember in season 9, the final fight and everything, when all of
Okay.
Discord's magic, all of his chaos power, nobody could
Uh-huh.
contain it?
Wait, you mean even with Cozy Glow, right?
Not cozy. Like she tried, but it was,
Because
yeah, she
yeah,
tried, but it kind of overtook her. Like it's like
yeah,
the,
because she tried it, but then it lasted for a second, right? But
mm,
then it kind of went, oh, oh, something's going on,
yeah.
and then
So
she wanted to be turned back, turn me back into regular.
yeah. So canonically, no creature can contain it except Pinkie Pie, because Pinkie Pie.
Yeah, because at the end she turned into like it looked like she got as big as Ursula in the Little Mermaid, where Ursula turns like a huge sea creature, but Pinkie Pie she just turned really, really big like a giant Pinkie
Yeah.
Pie,
But
full of magic and craziness.
but you get that not one creature can contain all that
Yeah,
power except Pinkie Pie. You know.
Pinkie Pie. So that's weird to think about as well.
So if you remember that, so that means Tira can't even. Why in season 4, when
Oh,
Tira came, how is he able to quote unquote take Discord's power and Discord be powerless?
oh, so you're going back into season 9 and then the season 4, right?
People
So it's
miss these like little hints, and
these
it's
little things. Oh my God, I've never thought of that.
that means Discord really wasn't
Oh,
powerless. He pretended by giving him a portion of his power and letting Twilight save the day with her friends.
oh,
And the
that's
reason I say
interesting.
that in this episode of Celestia Secrets, because Celestia
Uh-huh.
is the one who sent him, and at the end during the song,
Oh,
remember when he
so
pulled out flowers and he winked at her?
yes,
Like, I thought it was weird. People thought he was hitting on her. I'm like, why would he be
like
hitting
hitting
on
on her
her
like
right now?
romantically, like
So,
so it's kind of like full circle, like intertwining with each other, kind of just like you're seeing all these little details that people miss, such as myself in this sense. Like it's like with season 9 and then season 4, and it's like, wait, why is he flirting with Celestia like that? But now it's just like there must be something bigger than that, right?
yeah, and it's not the
So
fact that she did anything. So it's like, why is he giving her this little nod, like a little, we did good kind of thing? And it's like,
yeah.
you think about it, what if he was in on it the whole time because Celestia knew we can't keep things from Discord because he's a power player. So they have like this secret little group of Luna,
Oh.
Celestia, him, and even Cadence at one time because remember, Cadence was an Alicorn already. So
Mhm.
what if there's like this secret cabal of powerful players where it's
Oh.
Celestia, Luna, Discord, Cadence,
Mm-hmm.
and now Twilight? Think about it. After season 4, Twilight got a lot more chill. A lot more chill.
Who got chill? Which one?
Twilight,
Oh, Twilight.
she
Okay.
got a lot more chill. She didn't worry about things. She didn't panic. Now, I'm not saying she was kept in the loop about everything. Maybe there was still
Yeah.
stuff like season 9 ending. They still
Oh
wanted
yeah.
to,
Oh yeah.
get her to give that power, but they never panicked after that.
That does, yeah, that's interesting. And when you mean by like players and stuff like cadence and things, do you mean like the princesses in Discord mainly are in the same power? Do they have the same level of
No,
power,
no,
or
no,
but they
no.
do different things though?
Yeah, I believe Celestia and Discord are close in power, but Discord may inch her out just a bit because he is the Lord of Chaos. She
Mm-hmm.
was only able to beat him with the elements of harmony, which we will talk on that another day because we don't know if it's inside of them or they control the power, whatever's going on, because
Right.
it gets absorbed later in season 4. Like, so you know how it possibly was a plan to
Yes.
for Tierek and all that, and Celestia was in on it, Discord was in on it. If you think about
Yeah.
that,
Mhm.
think about back to season 2.
Season two. Okay.
What was
Which
the
which
biggest event in season 2?
let me think. Oh, oh, Queen Chrysalis, right? The wedding?
Yes, the
Yes.
wedding. So if you think
Yes.
about it, this whole time through that whole sequence, where was Luna?
Oh,
Mm.
that's oh my God. I've never thought of that.
People make
Doesn't she? She's not in there, isn't she not?
people make that joke that, oh, she was sleeping. I don't care how tired you are. If your kingdom's being overrun, you're not going to sleep through it.
Right, you're gonna help your sister and like through that, like when duty calls in that sense. If it
Eve,
was just a normal day, right, and Equestria, then oh yeah, I get why you would sleep, but in that sense, it's like where would you be at that point?
even more, people could be like, oh, she was just in a deep sleep because she does that during the day. Even if there's a wedding going on with an alicorn in the what is it, the leader of the royal guards or whatever,
Right, shining
nobody would
armor.
sleep through that.
Because has isn't there other events where like during the day, even if there's an event that's taking place and like we see Luna and Celestia together?
Exactly. So during this major wedding of the century,
Uh-huh.
where was Luna?
I've never asked myself that question. Honestly, I don't even think I've ever caught that in the episode until now that you're mentioning that.
What I
Now
think
that gets me some questions.
what I think is that Luna and Celestia knew what would happen, kind of. So Celestia knew that somehow Shining Armor and Cadence, they knew that somehow they were going to save the day, or somehow
Uh-huh.
Cadence was going to do something. She knew, but
Hmm.
I don't think she understood how, because throughout the episode, the first one, she gets so mad at Twilight for acting this way.
Oh yeah, she does. She gets so mad at her.
Not only that, instead of just having guards everywhere, Celestia has Shining Armor use a protective bubble. So they've been getting threats. Yeah, we get that. But I'm sure throughout the
Right.
history, they've always gotten threats. So it's like, do we now just say, hey, I could just be speculating with this, but maybe she could have thought, hey, Shining Armor needs to be a part of this. Because think about it, if she's as powerful as they say she is, why was she not battle ready at every moment? Why was she not, you
For
know,
Princess Luna.
yeah, letting Shining Armor get ready for his own wedding and have herself, plan with all the, like, just for this moment. And once again, I could be wrong because he is
Oh, because we
captain.
saw her that one episode. Okay, now that you're mentioning Luna, we do see her outside one time and then saying something to Twilight. What did she say? Be careful or who goes there or something because she doesn't know who was outside or walking, and then it was
Yeah,
Twilight or something
yeah.
trying to
This,
go to.
yeah, this was at night though, so she would be
Yeah, this
out.
was at night, so she would be out already.
So yeah, no, no, that part that's just normal. But
Yeah, that's just regular Luna behavior.
real regular Luna behavior. What is that? We need to make a meme for that regular lunar behavior.
Regular Luna behavior.
But But yeah,
But yeah, you just mean in general, like at the actual wedding itself. Like,
exactly.
where was she during the battle of Queen Chrysalis and Luna? I'm sorry, Cadence of
Oh
Shining
no.
Armor.
So I have two theories if Celestia is involved in this. One, Celestia knew what would happen, and just in case, she put Luna outside, like as kind of like a, if we fall, gather some allies to take back the kingdom, just in case, you know.
Oh,
So it was that, or, or Celestia had Luna either watch over Chrysalis, like spy on her, knowing Chrysalis would be there, like, hey, somebody's, going after the kingdom. Luna, go be a detective. So you know how, and this ties back into the main six and how the princesses correlate with how they act, and they're
yes.
kind of the same. So you know how
Mhm.
Rarity and Pinkie Pie like in Twilight like to investigate.
Yes, yes, definitely.
What if Luna decided to investigate and go be spy stuff? She was on her spy era, and go spy and find out where the threat was coming from. And
Oh,
imagine if she found out and she knew it was Chrysalis, she
uh-huh.
pretty much have to watch and keep close to make sure things didn't get out of hand. But ultimately, what if Celestia said, you know, uh, Shining Armor and Cadence are going to be the ones at the end of the day to do, to have to be to save the
Oh,
day. And in that moment when she, fought off Chrysalis, it's like she can't. So that moment with Chrysalis, I feel like it was a moment of, she's attacking her people, and Celestia knew at that moment that, destiny or not, she's not just gonna let Chrysalis stand there and do whatever she wants. She's like, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
yeah,
And she got
right.
murked instantly. I'm like, yo.
Yes, she got it like boom.
Celestia got so murked. She got
Oh,
clapped. I'm like,
oh.
no.
Remember she fell to the ground and like,
Yeah. I'm like, yo, the one time we see Celestia about to beat somebody.
I I know, right? When she like gets her magic, her horn at Queen Chrysalis zap, she got zapped. Like literally, Queen Chrysalis zapped her to the ground, and her crown literally fell off.
Yeah. Now, we could say that's like a part of the conspiracy she lost on purpose, but I don't think it was because that was a moment she lost her cool.
Like she was like out of breath and everything.
Not only that, like she looked pissed off. She was like, "Go get the elements." Oh, go get the elements. I'm like, dude, no. That's why I think she knew Shining Armor and Cadence would be the one to like fix the day. But I guess in that moment, she just had a moment of, we got to do something because,
Something else.
yeah.
Hmm.
And as I said, I think Luna was just on standby because imagine if the kingdom falls and Luna's in there with them. That would be bad.
Oh,
So
that's what you mean by like be a watch outside, right? Like,
exactly. So if anything happened, Luna can come back at another time with like help or whatever, an ally, or fix things.
hmm,
Maybe get Discord. Well, no, Discord wasn't freed yet, but the point is, I think Luna was either just a watch out, just in case things went wrong, or a spy for
yeah,
finding out what was going on and just keeping an eye on things. And
right.
that's why she came back during the reception, you know.
Oh,
Yeah. So
I'll
it's
have to, yeah, we'll have to watch that and look kind of see Luna in that episode.
because you would think, why didn't she just show up for the second wedding then if they were, what if she wanted to make sure that Chrysalis was actually out of the kingdom, so she followed them, and that's why she got back at that time? Because it's like, if you're in
That
the
makes sense.
kingdom at the time, I'm pretty sure, like, think about it. You just got attacked. Like, once the
Yeah,
attack was over, they got flung back. Why not a few minutes later would any guard go and find Luna and be like, yo, some shit just went down? Like,
yeah.
no. She came back on her own out of nowhere. So she was gone. She was not there.
Right.
So that just really, to me, is crazy how people didn't notice that Luna was just gone through that whole
I've never
sequence.
noticed that until you mentioned it.
Hey, this is why we come up with these videos.
Yes, this is why if we talk about it, then it's like you make me question everything.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to MLP and conspiracy theories, you have to question everything.
What about the Celestia's the library or hidden archives, like the Castle of the Two Sisters?
Oh, crap, you're
Do
right.
you, do you think that with Celestia being all knowing and stuff, going back to that theory, do they have secret archives of things that there's gonna be a unicorn like before Twilight, right? Before Twilight even became like went to, Ponyville, right? Is there a secret story somewhere that Celestia knew? Okay, there's going to be a unicorn that's gonna go out and make friends, and all this stuff's gonna happen, and she's gonna become the next Alicorn princess. But Celestia didn't know exactly who would be that princess.
That makes a good point because she had Sunset for a while. And then, like, so you think about it, she set up a school. She didn't set up a school for Pegasi or Funny. It's kind of racist, but
Yeah.
unicorns only. She set up
Right?
a school for gifted unicorns. Why would she do that?
Just gifted unicorns. Yeah, in the very beginning.
She's not racist in any way, so it's like Twilight
No.
created an entire school. Why couldn't Celestia?
That's
Celestia was
I'm
looking for her successor.
like someone next up in like level kind of.
Hmm. And what if
Yeah.
she had a vision, as you said, like
Mm-hmm.
she knew it was going to be another unicorn. She just didn't know which unicorn.
Exactly.
You know,
But like with Twilight being such a bookworm that she is, I wonder if Celestia had a feeling, okay, this pony just loves to study so much, but she doesn't make any friends. But I feel like with her knowledge and learning magic and everything in the world of, My Little Pony, that I feel like that this pony could be the pony for the job.
exactly. And what if, because I think her premonitions also work where she sees through the eyes of a certain character. What if she was looking through the
Mhm.
eyes
Of
of
Twilight.
the yeah of Twilight, but that's why she didn't know who she was in the
Hmm.
premonition. She just knew it was a powerful unicorn, and that's why she held the classes, and she thought it was Sunset, but it wasn't. And then Twilight came along, and that's when, and think about it, when that huge blast went out, she went and
Oh.
yeah, she so imagine this. Her school is for gifted unicorns, right? So she has
Hmm.
many of them already.
Oh yeah.
So it's the fact that all of them showed immense power, probably, because these are gifted. That means it's not just like, oh, simple tricks.
Step
These
of
are
one, yeah.
gifted unicorns. They are good.
They are really good at what they do.
So what if not the blast that went out all over the sky and Equestria and all that? Because
You mean like
remember,
the Sonic Rain Boom and everything for Rainbow Dash and the ponies when they got their cutie marks, how they're all connected in some way?
yes.
But
So
you want to know something? Remember Celestia's advice where like she's laughing and Twilight's like, "Why are you laughing at me?" And Celestia's like, "I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I had the same fears as you are with Starlight Glimmer, right?" So she was like, "I have seen certain things and that you would be the right pony for the job, right?" So she saw the main five, on not counting Twilight, but counting Twilight in a different way, where they were fillies at the time, like Fluttershy, Rarity, Applejack, Pinkie Pie, Rainbow Dash, right?
mhm.
So Celestia, how did she pick those fillies to be the main six for Twilight?
Well, we'll talk about this in another video, but what I was thinking is that she didn't see them as fillies because remember, she has premonitions from a future. So
Oh.
she has premonitions from the future. So instead of seeing them as fillies, what if through Twilight's eyes, she saw the rest of the main six? She saw Spike. No, she saw Spike. She saw all the rest of the main six, and she knew. She's like, wait a minute, I've seen that pink pony before. I've seen that Applejack pony. I've seen that Rainbow Dash. I've seen
Oh,
that
I
Red, because
see.
they all stand out in their own way. She's like,
Right.
I've seen that Fluttershy. She works with animals. She's the best. So already they've got
Mm-hmm.
a name for themselves. So she knows who they are. She just doesn't know who this unicorn is. So in that
Yeah.
moment with the class, remember when the
Uh-huh.
blast went out, you know? So that was from Rainbow
Yes.
Dash.
Yeah, that was from Rainbow Dash.
All right. Yeah. But so when she saw that blast from, the sky and went to her school, she could sense a powerful magic coming from the school. That's why she went straight to that classroom. She didn't look around the whole school. She felt it. She felt that power coming from Twilight. And imagine she walks into that classroom, gets near her, and has a
Mm-hmm.
premonition that she transforms into an alicorn. If Celestia saw Twilight in the future becoming an alicorn, from that moment she knew. Because she didn't put any other unicorn under her wing until then. She knew from that moment that Twilight was in that classroom, she knew Twilight would be the one. And since she knew that Twilight and her friends would be the ones, because she's our friends, what if the premonition showed all of them, like in Ponyville, or showed them together in the main castle? And she even knew, she's like, okay, so on the summer sun, so she connected things herself. She's like, on the summer sun celebration, my sister gets out. Somebody's gonna have to defeat her, but I know I won't have the power anymore. Those powers are gone.
Oh,
She knew that
for the
these,
very first episode.
yeah. So she knew that her powers were gone. She knew that these ponies were in Ponyville. She knew for some reason they would be the new elements of harmony, that they would be a power in Equestria. So her sending Twilight to Ponyville was a part of the plan because she knew she has to be there. And that's why she said, make friends. She's like, the only way this is going to work is if they have a strong bond. And what bond is stronger other than family? Friendship.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She can't just be dating all of them. so so that's why
Right?
Celestia said, go and make friends. And she made a list for her. Why do you think everyone on the list was just the rest of the main six?
Because she knew.
She knew. Celestia knew this whole
Uh-huh.
time. And she had
Uh-huh.
been, think about it. Why in the first season do we think, Celestia, why would you send six not battle ready with no elements of harmony going with them? Why would you send them to fight a dragon?
The
I
fight.
I
Yeah.
think in a dick mode move, she wanted to test, because if she saw these future premonitions, she wanted to make sure, like, is this correct? Are they a strong force? What if they can do things together? And maybe she
Uh-huh.
wanted to bring out the talents of each one of them, because if you think throughout season 1 and 2, they were all tested in many ways.
Oh, yes. Remember, if Celestia is like knowing in a lot of stuff or can kind of sense the future,
Hmm.
whatever, like all of those lessons that when Twilight and the main six had to write her a letter of what they learned, what if Celestia already knew the lessons that they were going to take, that they
I,
had to go through?
maybe. I don't know if she knew every lesson, because remember, she's not going to have a premonition about every single thing they do. I think that because remember, everything they write becomes a book eventually, right?
Yes.
What if she
Mm-hmm.
knew that every adventure they went on was a stepping stone towards them becoming this power force together. So it's like they're recording their journey along the way.
I see what you're saying. So those lessons were not necessarily something that Celestia would know, but she knew that they're gonna have to learn lessons eventually to get to where they need to go.
Exactly, and they recorded them for their own good. Even
Yes.
Discord brought it up during the Tierek thing. He's like, hey, the answer's in your books. And them just
Yeah, right.
reading everything they've been through put them in that of like, okay, everything we need to know is within us. It's within the lessons we learn together.
Right.
So yeah, Celestia this whole time she's been knowing what would happen with all these sequence of events that just everyone else had no idea about.
That's crazy. Doesn't that also tie into, without getting off topic and everything, but with Starlight Glimmer is a whole nother subject, but if she went back in time when she did, that could change a lot of things in history of how things can play out, even for Celestia, and that wouldn't that be a whole nother rabbit hole to go down?
Oh yeah, we could talk about time travel in another episode. But looking at the time, we have been talking about this for a while, and it is time to close this episode. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the podcast. Tune in next time for more fun content. And if you have suggestions, ideas, even comments for the next iteration of this Celestia Secrets, let us know in the comments and be sure to share it with others. You all have a wonderful night, and once again, Symphony Sparkles info will be in the description.
Thank you, every for joining in. Hope you all have a great day, and we will talk to you next time.
All right, have a great day. Definitely many secrets we haven't covered, like Celestia's past lovers. That one I really want to get into. I don't know why, but I mean, she has a nephew, so did Luna do something? We don't know. Maybe she married an
Oh,
aristocrat. Celestia married an aristocrat. I mean, because I don't think Luna got any crazy busy between season 1 and 2 like that.
yeah.
I mean, in fact, Rarity talks about Blue Blood in the first season,
That's
so
what I was thinking, and I'm like, wait, Blue Blood? Isn't that Celestia's like nephew, right?
I think what happened is that Celestia may have had a relationship or married to someone, and that was like the brother-in-law or sister-in-law's son, and that's nephew. So that's what
But
it.
we don't, yeah, they don't go down that topic very often at all, like in the episodes.
Yeah, I mean, it could if we're playing into this is actually in the universe and not just writer error. Like they had a lot of errors in the earlier seasons. They don't talk about. So, like, putting Cadence and Shining Armor out of nowhere, like, what? I'm sorry, friend, I've known for 2 seasons of my life. What are you talking about? You have a brother. What? That's crazy. And none of them knew. I'm like, that's
Oh
so.
yeah, none of them knew that they had a brother.
Like, like, you've been spending time with this character, and you know so much about her, but you didn't know she had a brother.
Yeah, like we've been friends for almost this for the
Either
whole season.
Twilight is a sucky friend. I mean, she was learning friendship. It's like
I
Twilight.
wonder if it's just because she just never really talked about her family. I don't know.
But you
Up
would
until
think
that
they
point.
would at one point. Like they all have family. Like think about it. When you hang out
Jack,
with, yeah, go ahead.
sorry, like when you said they all have family, I was gonna say like especially Applejack. They have the whole Apple family. Like we all know the Apple family. That's a whole nother subject, but you would think like shouldn't they have known that they had a brother, right?
Exactly. So it's just stuff to talk about.